How's it going, everybody? I just wanted to give a big thank you to all of the positive response on my last video, and I had a huge amount of support with new Patreons and amazing people sending me money through PayPal as well. Thank you so much for doing that. It really did give me a huge lift and motivation. I've had an idea on what to do to keep me occupied during this lockdown, but maybe something that will help everybody. And I had this idea to build a quadcopter, but build it wrong. You know, I've done loads of build videos on the channel, but with the way that the YouTube algorithm works, once they have been seen, they get pushed to the bottom of the pile because it wants new stuff. And I've done these build videos before, and everything goes perfectly fine because I've done so many of them. But I thought, what if I build it wrong, and I make every single mistake that I can think of and show how to troubleshoot it? I thought that might be interesting, but at the same time make it a build that someone could follow along with if they wanted to. So I was thinking the TBS Source 1 frame, because that's a really attainable frame. You can pretty much get it from everywhere. I was going to use the Eco motors from Emax. And then when it comes to the flight control, it's either going to be one that I've got somewhere, maybe an Airbox flight control, an ESC, or the Success flight control, just very cheap, so that it can be not a budget build, but like a mid-range build, but also go through more of the techniques and sort of the way of thinking when it comes to troubleshooting when you're building. And I think it's going to be analog because that's where I started, and I think a lot of people still starting there. But let me know if you think people would rather a troubleshoot guide on an HD DJI build. But there's not really a lot to go wrong there, and I think all of that can be covered in an analog build and more as well. So yeah, I was thinking maybe either the Rush Tank VTX or a Unify to go with the TBS Source 1 frame. Then it's going to be the Radio Master full control and probably FR Sky, because that's a good way and a cheap way to get into it. I think if I went into Crossfire and stuff, then it would start getting really expensive. And of course, there are loads of videos out there on Crossfire and how to troubleshoot that as well. So let me know what you think, if it's a good idea. It keep me sane and it get some of the brain going, some of that stuff that I've learned over the years, and maybe there's some new people to the hobby. They just buying on flies, which is fine, but if you ever need to troubleshoot or have something go wrong, then we can go through all of that. And people in the comments as well, they have just as much experience as me, sometimes a lot more, so it could be a place where we can have lots of good information for people. Let me know if you think it's a good idea for me to do in lockdown. Sorry about the plants, it's just the guitar room and plant room at the moment, but there you go. As always, thanks so much for watching. Please continue to subscribe. Cheers.